Hey, what's up everyone? How you guys doing today? I hope everybody's awesome. Hopefully the stream is working. After rebuilding the computer, this is the first live stream, so yeah. Let me get the stuff up on there. Let's go to... There we go. We got some old school gameplay from years ago, guys. This is probably like... I bet this is like 4 years ago. Old school gameplay. How's everyone doing? So we got a Warbots question and answer stream for you guys. So if you guys got questions, maybe we got some answers. What's up, Legend? What's up, Emmanuel? How's it going? The Kinder, how's it going? LeBron, what's up? Who else we got here today? We got Prince, we got Drifter. What's up, Drifter? Tattooing, what's going on? Just for fun. Let me get my monitor's a little too far away. Do I like to eat Kinder Joy? Never had it. Never had a Kinder anything. I don't know what it is. I know it's candy, but no idea. Tell him says, can anyone suggest me what weapons and robot should I craft as a beginner in War Robots? Alright, so there's a lot of really good ones. Now, the best weapons in there are either the shotguns like Cudgel, Mace, and Hammer. Those are really good. But if you're brand new, Punisher and Punisher T's are cheap to upgrade. They do a lot of damage, and they're the best weapons you can get as a new player until you can start getting better stuff. So build Punisher or buy Punisher and Punisher T's. They're super cheap. They're super awesome. And then start building the Mace, Cudgel, and Hammer weapons, or the radiation weapons like the Blights and the Hazards. So the radiation weapons and the blast shotguns, those are two awesome families of weapons. Now when it comes to robots, Fenrir's good, Invader's good, Phantom's good. Skyros can be really good. I mean, it really depends on your playstyle. Harpy can be really good. There's a lot of nice weapons and a lot of nice robots in there, but those are a couple of the best that I can think of offhand. What's up, 661? Hey, Bubbles, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing today? We got Mark. What's up, Mark? Drifter says, how's it going? Been busy on my end. Same here, very busy. But sometimes that's better than being bored, I guess. What weapons for Raptor? Alright, so the blast shotguns or the brand new lifesteal weapons. Either one's really awesome. But I really like the blast shotguns on that thing if you don't have the new weapons. They just work out really good. Or if you happen to have a Subduer and two of the Magnetars, that is a awesome setup. Subduer and Magnetars will just eat people, so that's a really good way to go. Is the Hawk still good? Now, last time I played it, it was not doing very well, but it's been a few months since I played it, but not so much. I didn't like it. Unless something's changed recently, I don't like the Hawk at all. How's the PC fixing? Yeah, I got the PC all rebuilt, so the PC is fixed. I bought a I guess you would call it an affordable MSI motherboard, and then I got one of those cheap AMD Ryzen processors to put in there and rebuilt the thing. It's not that hard to build a computer, actually. Not that hard to build a computer. What's your favorite meta? Alright, so my favorite meta robot so far is still the Curry. Curry is just a lot of fun and it's really good. I mean, it's such a good, fun robot. You can't beat that thing right now. It's probably one of my favorite robots of all time, to tell you the truth. I really like the Curry. What's the best Typhon build? I think right now the medium radiation weapons are super good on there. What else would be good on there? I would run a nuke amp, 2 immune amps, and radiation weapons. I think that would just be awesome. As far as pilots, there's a lot of really good pilots. I would say run the Ghost skill. There's 2 skills on you. You can either choose Ghost, and it gets rid of your ability and makes you move really fast. Or there's another one on there, I forget what it's called, but it takes away your ability and it makes you have extra damage. So either one of those is worth trading the ability, whether you want speed or damage. But I would definitely say the radiation weapons, the weapons like the hazards, those are super, super, super good on there. What are the least played robots today? Now that I'm not really sure, because there's people in all different leagues. But I'm going to have to say the least played would probably be the Golem. Golem shoots and what was the other one? They were removed from the game a while back. Now if you have them, you can still play them, but you can't buy them anymore. Golem shoots and Boa. Those are probably the least played because you can't buy them or get them anymore. Dark, yes, I rebuilt the computer, my friend. It's all rebuilt and ready to go. I put my old graphics card back into it. Like, my graphics card was showing signs of having issues. And I kind of got a feeling that graphics card was killing motherboards. I'm not 100% sure, but normally you don't have normally that's the second motherboard that only lasted a little bit over a year, so something in that PC had to be malfunctioning and messing up the motherboards. So it's probably that graphics card. So I'm not putting the 3080 back in there. I just put a 1660 in there. Is Shatter good? Yes, I think Shatters are great. LeBron has a Golem and Bola. Nice. Potato Chip says best Al Ming build. Ugh. Alright, so honestly, every time I play an Al Ming, it dies really, really, really fast. So I don't really know how to build that thing to make it good. I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe if you're in the lower leagues, you could do something to make it pretty good. But in Champion League, Ming does not do well for me. So I'm not the person to ask for an Al Ming build. I'm really not sure what the best setup for that is. But I would want to play the bendy bullets like the Discordias, I think. Something with a lot of range so I could stay back as far as possible. But I don't really think you can make that robot good in Champion these days. Alright, so Mac L says, do you know if the War Robot server is down? Not that I know of. Let me look really quick. I know where I can probably look and find out really fast if there's a problem. They will definitely be talking about it if there's an issue here, so let me check that out really quick. I'm not seeing anything. No, there doesn't seem to be anything about it, so I don't think there's any issues at the moment. Yeah, nobody's currently talking about that. You didn't get yourself down in the LPQ, did you, by leaving battles? If you get an LPQ, it might take like 6, 10, 12 minutes in order to get into a game if you get stuck in LPQ. So every time you leave battles, you get LPQ points. And if you leave too many, they put you in the low priority. And then you have to complete so many battles without leaving to get out of there. Now, that's not a fun place to be, but that's just a possibility. But don't know, is anybody else having problems getting on the game right now? Hey Medic, what's up my man? How's it going? Prince wants to know, is Shatter good? Yes, I think Shatters are nice weapons. I do like them. Alright, so Speed is Key said, hey, I recently hit 20,000 views and I got into the Creators Program. And it shows you're applied for qualification. How long does it take to get it qualified? I actually don't know. That I'm not really sure about. I mean, I guess when somebody who runs that has time to go in there and look through it, or I don't know if it's computer generated, but I don't actually work for them or anything, you know? I mean, I'm just kind of a YouTuber and I make videos. There's a couple people from Pixonic I talk to, but when it comes to the business side of things like that, I really don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you, but unfortunately I don't. What's up, Andrew? Andrew says there was a problem 2 hours ago. Alright, so is it worth spending an upgrade token to get that last skill on your pilot? For some pilots, yes. I mean, some robots you can get away without adding that last skill. I mean, if it's like a Revenant, like for some reason, Revenant needs all the skills. Like if you want Revenant to be good, you got to load him down with all the bells and whistles, all 7 pilot skills. He needs everything to be good. Other robots, it just depends on the robots you're playing, but I think on most robots, you can probably skip that 7 skill. I mean, it's best if you have it, but if you can't get it, you'll be okay, if that makes any sense. What's up, Loki? I think I would rather, like, if I was really low on upgrade tokens, I would spend the token to upgrade my robot and my drones before anything else, I think. As long as the drone's good. Max says it can't even play hunting grounds. Interesting. That's really weird. I don't know, maybe did you restart your device? I'm trying to think what could cause that. Is Invader tanky? If you play it, yes, it's very tanky. It's one of those robots that takes a minute to learn. Now, when I first got an Invader, I was like, this thing's terrible, but I just didn't know how to play it yet. But you got to remember, when it jumps, it gets defense points in the air. When it lands, it suppresses people, and it has defense points for a few seconds after it lands. So you want to use those jumps to your advantage. But I think if you time the jumps correctly, the Invader can be really, really good. So I like the Invader a lot. It's still one of my favorites. Dark says, how to build a strong ultimate Invader. Currently using 2 mace and 1 ultimate Punisher. Alright, hold on a second. Hold on. Alright, so basically, if you want it to be as strong as possible, make sure you put all of the durability skills on it as far as the pilot goes. Load it down with durability and speed. And if it has defense points, get that on there too, right? Now when it comes to your modules, you could either run 1 nuke amp and 2 immune amps, or you could run like 2 immune amps and 2 repairs, or 1 repair and 2 immune amps. It depends on if you want a little bit of damage or not, whether you add the nuke amp. But if you're trying to build it as strong as possible, I would say 2 repair amps, 1 immune amp, and if you happen to have those new lifesteal weapons that heal you and the new drone that heals you, the lifesteal drone, that would get pretty crazy. Now, if you don't have the new drone, I would say go with a Shy drone or maybe a Pascal. Both of those are very good for durability if you have them. Speed, yeah, you're welcome, buddy. I wish I had a better answer for you on that. But unfortunately, I don't know, man. It didn't take too long for me, but I don't know. Maybe there's an email or something over there. You could email them. Maybe there's a contact thing over on the Warrobots creator site. You could inquire that way, maybe. What's up, Ella? How you doing today? What is the best middle weapon for the Shen Lao? So you're talking about medium weapons. Well, the little electric weapons are crazy. Those new electric weapons are insane. But the ultimate shotguns, if you happen to have the ultimate shotguns, not the regular ones, but the ultimate ones, those are completely nuts. If I didn't have either of those, I would go with the blast shotguns like the hammer, mace, and cudgel. Those are really good on there as well. So, I don't know. You want to find something that does as much damage as possible at really close range. So, those are really, really, really good. Dark's using the Haruko on my invader, suppression pilot, and one of each amplifier module. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. Maybe try different modules. Try your modules differently. Like if you don't think it's tough enough, take off the nuke amp and put on some other type of amp. Loki, what's up, man? I don't think I said hello to you. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but hello. But yeah, when it comes to spending your upgrade tokens, it's very personal preference, I would say. But I think upgrading the bot to Mark III is going to be more important. Like weapons, I don't really care too much about getting my weapons to Mark III. I mean, that extra little bit of damage you're going to get for hitting Mark III is next to nothing, but I do think robots get a pretty big boost, at least the newer ones. Some of the older robots, I could care less if it was Mark II or Mark III, but the newer ones, the way the ability works, when you Mark III it, you get more ability power, and it just makes the robot that much better. So it's really good to Mark III your robots. And some drones, I mean, if you find the last skill on the drone is actually really beneficial, it's worth upgrading the drones. But the thing is, like, there are some drones where you're just like, that last skill is not really that good. And at that point, you just want to skip it. So you just kind of got to figure out what's going to be the most beneficial. All right, so Toji says, is the Kefri a little bit tanky? Last time I played it, it felt a little bit disappointing. So it was, but I played it probably, about 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. I was trying to play my Kefri and it didn't feel as strong as it used to. So it's still a nice robot, but I don't think it would be one of my top picks to put in my hangar right now. It's a good robot. It's a fun robot, but it's not as tanky. You got to play it a little more cautiously than you used to. But I still do like it. Hey, Jose, how you doing today? Welcome to the stream. What modules do I recommend for Revenants? Alright, so for Revenant, I usually go with one repair amplifier, one nuke amp, and one immune amp. That seems to work really, really well. Or you could always, if you don't have those, I would say 2 balance units and 1 nuke amp would be really good. But I do like the Iron Hearth drone on the Revenant because every time you're in your ability, you get defense points for the entire ability. So Iron Hearth, even though it's an older crappy drone, there's a couple of robots that it actually works on. Pasta says, what weapons are worth building in the workshop? I would say the main weapons worth building in the workshop would be Redeemers. Redeemers are awesome. The blast shotguns like the hammer, mace, cudgel, and the radiation weapons like the hazards and decays. Those are all super, super good. In my opinion, those are the best ones right now. I mean, there's some other pretty good ones, but those are the ones that'll work on just about anything, you know? On your close range fighters, you throw blast shotguns on there. On your longer range guys, you go with the radiation weapons. I mean, you can't go wrong with either set of those. What modules do I recommend for the Shenlao? Alright, so I would definitely say a nuclear amplifier for the extra damage and 2 of the immune amps would be the way to go for that little guy. The immune amps give you durability and they give you speed, and you want that Shenlao to be as fast as possible. Or there's another thing you could do is go with a nuke amp and 2 fortifiers to boost the shield, because every time he teleports, it renews the shield. So it's going to be personal preference what you like better, but I think those are 2 really good ways to do it. Andrew says, I never upgrade beyond Mark II level 4. Wasted silver will get nerfed. You know, if Mark II level 4 works for you, then, you know, you're all good. But, you know, if you're good enough to play that stuff, and yeah. Only level it up as high as you need to, you know what I mean? iWing Gaming says, what about Fenrir? Fenrir is a very cool robot. I still like that thing a lot. I play it all the time. I'm a big fan of the Fenrir. As far as modules for the Fenrir, I would definitely say go with 2 repair amps and 1 nuke amp. Or if you just want to go for all durability, you could do 2 repair amps and 1 immune amp. Good weapons for the Dagon. Alright, so Dagon, you want to go with the Blights? The Blights are just crazy, 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 or the Magnetars. I mean, Blights or Magnetars on Dagon is completely insane. I mean, either one will just rip people to pieces like they're nothing. Those are 2 very, very scary builds. And if you got 1 rust weapon on there, you know, if you throw 1 rust weapon on, that's going to be good for when you face those Raptors to make so they can't heal. Ella says, can be 1 versus 1. I don't really like 1 versus 1s, but I don't even 1 versus 1 my friends unless we're testing stuff. I don't know. I don't like custom games. I'm not a fan of custom games. Alright, Pasta says, is it worth it to buy a nuclear amplifier for 5,000 gold? So once you stack that up, that's giving you what? 70% more damage? So I would say yes. Unfortunately, it's expensive, but it's really, really good. Brandon, you broke another tablet? Man, that sucks. Alright, you gotta, alright, from now on when you're playing, instead of picking up the tablet and throwing it, find something else like you can have next to you. So when you get mad, you can grab that and you can start beating that up or throwing that. Because it's no good to break expensive electronics, man. Find something else. Get a little punching bag or something. You can just stand up and start beating the heck out of that. Alright, so me's having problems as well. Those of you who are having problems getting onto the server, what platform are you guys on? iOS, Android, Steam? What's up, Grady White? Oh, Grady got the Bulgasaria pilot. Nice. Nice, nice. Is Cryo better than Scotty? I would say yes. I don't like either one, honestly, but I would rather play a Cryo than a Scotty. Like, any day, hands down, I'll take the Cryo, even though I don't like it. I think the Cryos are a little hard to hit people with. The rockets shoot kind of slow. And then they also have kind of a long reload time. So I'm not a fan of either one. Light 72, hey, hey. He says, the John is the best bot in the air. I'll tell you what, back in the day, that robot was just top of the line. I miss playing the Al June. He was so good back in the day. Like, it was one of the best robots for years and years and years. I mean, I bet that thing had about a 2 or 3 year streak of being the best robot in the game. I wish they would buff it back to its original state. That would be awesome. Me says, my name is Andrew. I will try and remember that, but my memory stinks. Mac L says Android. Let me log on to the game really quick and see if I can get on. Hold on a second. I'm going to fire it up and see if I can get in. I don't know if I can or not, but we're going to give it a go. I'm just going to try. You said you couldn't even get into extermination or whatever, so I'm just going to go in that. Light 72 says, I love the Aljun. I used to. I wish I had the ultimate Aljun because that's actually pretty fun. The ultimate one's a nice robot. The original one's a little bit hard to keep alive these days in Champion League, but alright, let's see if we can get into a game really quick. We're logging on. Oh no. Hold on. Hold on. Ah! Pop-ups and junk. Alright, let's just see if we can get into a hunting grounds. I'm just going to hit battle. It's starting. Yeah, it works. It seems to work. Let me leave battle. Yes, leave. So I don't know. I mean, it looks like everything's working for me. You said you weren't even able to get into Battlegrounds, so Battlegrounds worked. So I'm not sure. You might be having some weird issue. Maybe restart your phone or restart your Wi-Fi or something and see if that helps. It's worth a try, you know what I mean? Hey, we got WizBiz. Whoa, that's a... Hey, man, that guy transformed into a robot. I like that one. Wiz, thanks, man. I appreciate that. How you doing today? Dark said, I used to be in the Rhino clan, but they kicked him because his hanger was too weak. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Hey, Batuga, what's up, buddy? Nice to see ya. Speed says, my 6-year-old tablet runs the game nearly smoothly. Unfortunately, it has a scratch because my nephew stepped on it. That does suck, man. Andrew says, a guy from England made a video saying it's not worth upgrading a nuclear amplifier. I mean, 70% more damage is pretty noticeable. I mean, if you do a lot of extra damage, I mean, I don't see how that wouldn't be worth upgrading. I mean, everybody runs them. If you go into Champion League or Legend League, I almost guarantee you that every single robot in everybody's hangar is running one of those. You might find somebody who has a special durability build. That's not, but almost everybody runs a nuke amp. Now, you do got to remember they are going to be rebalancing the game. They're going to be doing a rework on the modules. And at that point, we have no idea what they're going to be doing or what's going to happen. Wiz, thank you, buddy. Light says, my favorite bot is the Galahad. Galahad's a lot of fun. I used to love that thing back when I was a kid, man. Not a kid. Why did I say that? I used to love that thing back in the day. Dark says, I'm noticing a lot more hackers. I haven't really seen more than normal. Wiz is playing Helldivers. I never actually played that. That looks like an interesting game, though. Helldivers looks pretty fun. Alright, one says, should I leave when I encounter OP enemies that obliterate the entire team? No. If you leave too many games, they will put you down in the low priority queue where it takes you like 10, 12, 15 minutes just to get into a game. and it's really hard to get out of there. So I wouldn't leave games very often. I mean, if you leave a game occasionally, you know, whatever. But if you leave like 10, 15, 20 games in a day, you're probably going to end up in the low priority, and that is not a fun place to be. So I don't think that's a good idea. Light says he's sorry for something there that I can't read. That's all right, my man. Kron says he's looking for... Oh, he's looking at the non-active members. Yeah, one thing about if people aren't active, there's really no reason for them to be in a clan, right? If you're not playing much, why are you in a clan? That's what I'm going to say. I mean, if somebody's at least active enough that they're on there and they're playing, but if it's somebody that picks up the game like once a week and plays 1 or 2 games, personally, you know, if I owned a clan, I would probably kick them out, but you want people in the clan that are actually going to benefit the clan, so... Me says, now I can't join any. Let me check now. You said your name was Steven? Is that right? I'm probably wrong. My memory sucks. I'll tell you what, Brandon. I think if you play, if you don't mind playing on a phone, I think one of the best values I've seen is the OnePlus Nord phones. I think they're around $200 and some. And they seem like they play War Robots really, really well. I have a couple of friends that have them, and they seem to work really good. All right, Light, thank you so much for the donation. He says, gracias. No hablo español, my friend. Gracias por tu... Yeah, I don't know what that says, but thank you. Is Raptor still good? Yes and no. Raptor does a huge amount of damage, but it has a really long reload time. So it's great until you have to reload for 15 seconds or whatever it is. What's up, 7Rent7? Harpy or Siren? Personally, I like the Harpy because it's more durable. Now, if you want one that does a little more damage, if you don't care about the durability and you just want damage, go for the Siren. If you want something that's a little more durable, go for the Harpy. That's kind of how I look at it. I think that's going to be personal preference. Andrew says, wow, this is an old video. Yes, it is. This is super old school right here. Light says, thanks for your count and patience. Or content and... I still don't know what that last word is, but you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for watching my stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, I dug up some old school gameplay for you guys from, I'm guessing this is 3 to 4 years old. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, they killed me. I think it would be kind of fun. I might start downloading a bunch of my old live streams and just swap out different old school live streams on these question and answers like this. What do you guys think? Do you like the old school gameplay? Thanks for my content and patience. No problem, Light. And Speed, thank you, man. 7 says you remember from the last stream. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. My memory's bad, but it's not that bad. Dark says, I'm getting a lot of nostalgia watching this footage. Yeah, you know, I kind of miss some of the olden days in this game. It was very different a long time ago. It's really different than it is now, so it's a cool game, you know? But it was so much like simpler back then. It was so easy and simplified, and there wasn't as much going on. One says, do you have any advice for Masters League? I always encounter unbalanced teams every time. So when it comes to the game's matchmaking, you kind of have to roll with the punches. Like, whatever matchmaking you get. I mean, sometimes the games are really even. Sometimes one team just walks all over the other team. So it's kind of hit and miss. The matchmaking is definitely a little bit hit and miss, but there's really no good tricks. I mean, if you're playing solo by yourself or in a duo with a partner, cancel before you hit 30 seconds. If it goes over 30 seconds, there's a higher chance that you're going to run into a squad. Now, if you're playing in a squad, it's the opposite. If you're playing in a squad, if it goes over 30 seconds, you have a higher chance of finding random players. So generally, if you're squadding or playing solos, cancel before 30 seconds and restart it. You want to drop before 30 seconds to get more fair matchmaking. That's about the only advice I can give you because, you know, it's not always perfect, but it helps. Seven's trying to get some the Tyrans and Redeemers. Redeemers are amazing. I mean, they're old school, but they're just so good. Tyrans and Redeemers. You know, Tyrans I like. I like the Tyrans. They're not the best weapons of the game, but they're definitely playable right now. But yeah, Redeemers, though, they will beat your butt off. Redeemers will just break your butt in half. They're nasty. But yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes when another team is way too strong, they just rush into your home and they spawn raid you, and there's nothing you can do at that point. Like, your robots are all dead in 2 minutes. Like, the game's over in 2 minutes. So if it's one of those games where you're overpowered completely, there's not much you can do other than say, well, that sucks, and then lose the game and go play the next one. But if it's just the other team is better than your team, yeah, you might want to learn to play more defensively, but, you know, you got to figure out when to go in for the beacons. You got to kind of play more strategically, I guess. It's not always easy, but me is saying that, you know, if you're playing a beacon rush, focus more on capturing and defending beacons. But yeah, I mean, that's really what you need to do is for beacon games is get and hold beacons. But there's also those teams that are just like overpowered. And they're crazy. Seven said, I still don't have the Redeemers on my Fenrir. I mean, there's plenty of good weapons to throw on your Fenrir. You don't have to have the Redeemers, but they're one of my favorite. They're one of my favorite heavy weapons. As long as you don't mind having to play within 350 meters, they're just super good. But yeah, Pasta, I don't actually play the autopilot. Personally, I don't see the point of using a weapon-specific pilot, because if I ever change the weapons, that pilot skill is no longer going to work anymore, so I'm not into weapon-specific skills or pilots personally. I mean, I guess the other skills will work, but you're still going to have that one skill that does nothing, so I would rather just, you know, find the pilot that's actually for the robot if possible. Edward says, hello, Kron. Alexander, how are you, sir? We got Edward in the house. All right, Pasta wants to know what's better, Decay or Redeemer? Well, I think at closer range, well, that's the thing. Decay's got a 600 meter range. Redeemer has a 350. I would say the Redeemer probably hits harder than the Decay, but you're limited on how close you or how far you can be with the Redeemer, so it depends on the situation and the robot. If I'm on a brawler, I would much rather have the Redeemers. If I'm playing a robot from a distance, I would rather have the radiation weapons on there. Hopefully that makes sense. Skeely says Fujin was very famous at that time. You know, I never liked the Fujin. I've never been able to do well with a Fujin. Like, even back in the day when it was new, I just never liked it. I never did well with it. That's one of those bots that... Oh, God. That's one of those bots that I could just never play. Seven says make a private match. I'll tell you what, we tried something like that a couple of times, or even just making squads, and half the people don't get the invites, then it takes 15 minutes to get into a game, and it's kind of turns into a nightmare. So it did not work out well. It just kind of wrecked the stream trying to get everybody into the same game. So Edward, I'm doing good, buddy. How about yourself? I just can't stop yawning, and it's terrible. Oh wait, Dark, you used to run a Scourge, an Ion, and a Mullet? That is a pretty interesting setup. I like the Scourge, I like the Ion, but I don't know about the Mullet. Pasta says, do content creators have the ability to send feedback to Pixonic directly? Yes. What's going on? It's like yawn fest all of a sudden. I cannot stop yawning. Which one of you guys jinxed me? I'm going to tell you. Somebody put a jinx on me. Now, there are, you know, we can definitely give feedback to somebody at Pixonic. Now, what they do with that, don't know. How many cups of coffee? So I think I had 2 cups this morning. I think I got up around 4 a.m. today and had some coffee and... Oh my God, another yawn. Now my eyes watering. Dark says I'm making him yawn. Sorry, man. It's a yawn bomb over here. Why are yawns contagious? Contagious. But Dark, you know, I bet I ran a very awful setup on a lot of my robots back in the day as well. But I'll tell you what, for several years, Hades, the Hades, man, it was my favorite robot for years. That robot used to wreck people. But I used to play Avenger and Punisher Punishers on him for a long time. Alright, me wants to know what's the best pilot for the Ochikochi. Oh man, so it's got 2 pilots that are made just for it, and honestly I think they're both really good. I'm not really sure. I don't notice a huge difference when I switch from one to the other, so for me it doesn't really matter which one I play. They both feel very comparable. I can't remember which one I'm currently playing on my Ochikochi, but I just don't notice a huge difference between the 2 pilots. So my guess would be pick the one that looks the coolest. So what do you guys think about that? If you have both Ochi-Kochi pilots, which one do you guys like better? Portugal, what's up, my man? Cooldown of the Comet Splash ability. Is that Luchador? I'm not sure what ability that is. I don't know. Alright, 7's got Fenrir with Tyrans, Kefri, Raven, and Ophion. So, Raven is a really fun robot once you learn how to play it. Raven's really good, actually. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, but I think if you learn how to play the Raven, it's awesome. If you can get the legendary pilot for that thing, it's a really good robot. So Ophion's just kind of okay at the moment. You know, you can definitely play it if you need to, but Ophion's decent. It's not something I would want to play all the time. Fenrir is really good. I really like the Fenrir if you get the Bernadette Wolf pilot for it. What was the other one you mentioned? I lost the comment. Where'd it go? I lost the comment. There's another yawn attack. What is the cooldown on the Raptor's ability? I don't know. Let me look really quick. You got 2 charges, right? You got 2 charges. You can jump twice. Let me see what it takes to recharge one ability. Please don't make me watch the ads again. I'm logging into the game really quick. So this will be a level 12 Mark II one. Indra or Luchador. They're both really good, but I think most people prefer the Luchador over the Indra. I think they're both excellent. Indra's a little harder to play because it relies more on ability timing, I would say. Alright, so a maxed out Raptor. This is actually a Mark III Raptor. The Raptor. The Raptor. So the ability cooldown is 30 seconds. So basically you have 2 jumps. After you use the first one, it reworks itself. So every 30 seconds you can do a jump. But it's going to be sooner than that because, you know, you got 2 charges basically. I got the yawns. Sorry, guys. Dark says Inquisitor was one of my favorite bots. You know, I never liked the Inquisitor. Never cared for that thing. Some people love it. Man, my sinuses are wrecked today. Hold on a second. I am not an Inquisitor fan. I mean, I like the Spectre. To me, the Inquisitor was like a lousy version of the Spectre. Now, some people absolutely loved it, but I just didn't like it. Oh, Kefri. So 7, the Kefri's okay. You know, it's not one of my favorite robots right now, but it's definitely playable. It's definitely fun. Metal Man, what's up, dude? It's been quite a while, man. I take it you probably quit playing, huh? What's going on? Hey, Safe, what's up, buddy? Is there any way to heal from sonic weapons? No. I think the only thing that can heal you from the sonic weapons is something like a mender. If you get the pilot for the mender, it can heal some gray damage. But I think mender is about it. I don't think there's anything else in the game that can really heal gray damage. Now, Right now, though, the repair amplifier, once it hits full stacks, you do get a burst of grade damage healing, but it's not like a whole lot, I don't think. But for the most part, when Sonics hit you, you're not going to be able to heal up. Ah, yeah. Jasper says the ability to ship. The Avalon does heal some grade damage. Thank you. I forgot about that. What's up, Morgan? Best pilot for the Invader. I don't know. The actual Invader pilots, the ones that are made for Invader, really aren't that wonderful, so probably Trixie Hope. I mean, a little bit of extra suppression is nice. The one that gives you more ability damage, the ability damage is so small on Invader, it still doesn't do anything. So that pilot's almost worthless in my opinion. 7 says top 3 healing robots. Alright, so Demeter is a awesome healing robot. Demeter is really good for healing. Mender, if you know how to play it, it's got to be number 2. What would be the third best healing robot? I feel like it's got to be the Kefri for healing. So I would say Demeter, Mender, and Kefri are probably going to be your 3 best healers when it comes to regular robots. Metal Mammoths, yeah, quit the game, just became too frustrating and expensive. Ah, you're playing Call of Duty. The PC version or the Call of Duty mobile or what? Jaspreet says the Invader is dead. I only play it for memes. You know, I play the Invader all the time. I think it's pretty good still. I think it's pretty decent. Metal. Oh my god, I can't talk. Metal says we should catch up on Discord sometime. Yeah, send me a message on there sometime. Dark says Call of Duty is full of sweats, sweet sweats, and a rage fest. What's up, MM? MM, how you doing today? I used to play Call of Duty back in the day on PC a long time ago, but I'm just not really. I'm not super good at first-person shooters. Those are hard. Those take a lot of crazy reflexes. Ah, you play the mobile version. I don't know, I think the Call of Duty mobile version just has too many buttons and stuff. Like, there's too much going on it. Honestly, like, the controls on a mobile game should be simple. Like, Warbots, the controls are super simple, you know? You got a couple of buttons to push. It's really easy to aim for the most part. I think Call of Duty is really hard to play on a mobile device. Too many things. But yeah, I did play Call of Duty Mobile for a while, but I got really bored with it pretty fast. It wasn't really for me. 7 says Hurricane is really OP in lower leagues. They're kind of weak weapons, so honestly, I think that just means you need to either upgrade your robots more, fix up your modules, or get some more durability pilot skills on there, because the Hurricanes really aren't that strong of a weapon. You need to get some more durability on your robots, and then you'll be like, oh, these aren't nothing but annoying. Metal says you're right, there's more buttons. There's a load of buttons. Crazy buttons. What's up, Sloppy? Ah, he's going to play a match on lunch. Alright, Sloppy, have a good one, man. Yeah, I remember I was playing that P-Bug mobile or whatever. I played that for quite some time, and then eventually I moved over to Call of Duty mobile. And I think I played that game for like probably about 4 or 5 months, and then I just kind of got bored with it. Pasta says, why is the Indra still not available for Platinum? I actually have no idea. I really don't know. My shoulder is in a knot though, man. I'm trying to massage a knot out of my shoulder. What drone and weapons do I like on the Raptor? So Coolburn, I would install a Cat Cossack on the heavy slot and 2 Destroyers on the medium on the light weapons. Oh my god. Don't ask. I don't know. It just popped into my head for some reason. Alright, so drone. When it comes to the drones, if you have the lifesteal drone, the helicopter, get to the helicopter drone now. That's a really, really good drone. If you don't have that one, I guess you could probably go with a Pascal, a Shy, or a Hiroko. Now, when it comes to the weapons, if you don't have the new lifesteal weapons, I would say a Subduer and 2 Magnetars all the way. Or if you don't have those, go with the blast shotguns. I'm not sure what the best other drone would be, but I would try those ones out. Whiteout might be pretty good too. Jaspreet says because the Indra sells well. You're probably right about that. Metal says playing solo is not as fun. You know, most games I play by myself. I don't know. I've always played solo. Like I got a War Robots team, but even when I did try and play Call of Duty Mobile with a friend, we had a group of guys probably about a year ago. They talked me to getting on and trying it again, and I was still really bored. I don't know. It's just not for me. So your Fenrir is level 9 and still gets one-shotted on it. Alright, so if you got a Fenrir, you really need the Bernadette Wolf. You need to get the pilot skills like Armor Expert, Tough Guy, all those skills that give your Fenrir more durability. If you get a Bernadette Wolf pilot, your Fenrir will have, I think, was it 50% more hit points? Is it 50 or 100% more hit points? I think you get 50% more hit points. Plus some of those durability skills. But yeah, you probably just need to level your stuff up. Now, Fenrir is not that strong without one of those pilots. Now, if you got that Lazel or Liesel pilot, it's just as good as the Bernadette Wolf. They're both top notch. So either one will work great. Brandon, yes, I've heard of Skyrim, but I've never actually played it. But I have heard of it. Coolburn says, I bought 4 data pads and I did not get the helicopter drone. Bummer. I would probably throw the Shy drone on it just for the last stand and the durability. I think that would work pretty good. Why do I feel like you should be able to buy an Indra in the shop? Let me look really quick. Are we sure we can't buy an Indra? You're probably right, but let me go check that out really quick. Yeah, you can't. Huh. The one thing I wish they would change is there's a lot of things that you cannot get or it's just too hard to get. I wish they would change that a little bit. Tab says the Indra is overrated. I think if you know how to play it, it's actually really good. Gail says he was playing a game and a Skyros would not die. It was too tanky. Skyros can be super tanky. If you load a pilot down with all the durability skills and you throw an armadillo drone on it and you grab a couple of beacons, maybe grab a couple of kills really quick, and put some repair amplifiers on that, that is a super tank. That thing is really, really, really hard to kill. Oh yeah, having a good drone on the Fenrir also makes a huge difference. Drones are very important. I think pilots are more important though. Like, I can play my robots with no drones, but I can't play without a pilot or the robots die really fast. So those pilot skills are a big help. What was my favorite update in Robot and Weapons? My favorite update? Man, I don't know. There's been so many updates. I couldn't really tell you. So I would say some of my favorite robots right now would be Fenrir and the Curry. I really like Fenrir. I really like Curry, and I really like Invader. Those are my three favorites to play. I mean, I don't necessarily have a favorite set of weapons, though. I mean, weapons depends on what you're trying to do, I would say. Yeah, Post, I don't like the fact that microchips are kind of expensive. I hear you on that one. I wish they would have left drones, well, not really necessarily left the way that they were, but I wish they would have made the currency to level up the drones easier to get or cheaper, you know what I mean? It's a little expensive to level up a drone. Metal says, has Pixonic made any good changes since I quit? So they don't nerf stuff as often as they used to. I mean, they ban a lot of hackers, but, you know, it's... Unfortunately, there's always hackers in the game, right? They banned a bunch of them, more show up. A lot of them probably just make new accounts and come back. But they do get rid of a lot of hackers, but there's still plenty of them. People in the lower leagues say there's a lot of hackers in the lower leagues, unfortunately. I was going to say something and I've lost my train of thought. What was it? It felt important, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know. Crap. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Toji says, is Invader can 1 versus 5 the enemies? Probably not. I don't think there's really much out there that can stand a 1 versus 5. I think a good Invader might be able to do a 1 versus 2 or sometimes a 1 versus 3 depending on what it's up against and what weapons they have, but I don't think you're going to 1 versus 5 anybody with really any robot except for maybe the Raptor or a Titan. But even Titans often get blown up. If you're fighting 5 guys, I mean, you're probably not going to survive. But Metal, they've made a couple of changes that were pretty cool. They made some changes that people didn't like, but it's the same old game for the most part. And now it's a lot cheaper to go from level 1 to level 12 now, but then it's more expensive to go from level 12 to Mark 2 maxed out. So they made it so it was a lot easier to get to level 12, so they took some of the cost off of the first half and then stacked it onto the second half. I mean, the prices are still about the same, but you can get the level 12 faster now, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some people like it, some people don't. I mean, it's kind of good for the newer players because they can get leveled up pretty quickly. Best 3 brawlers. Alright, so if you want the best 3 brawlers in the game right now, Curry is going to be number 1 for sure. Well, Curry and Raptor, number 1 and number 2. What would be number 3? Best brawlers. Curry, Raptor, and... that's a hard one for number 3. Let me look through my robots. That's a really hard one to decide on for number 3. I would have said Ochi Kochi, but he's not as good as he used to be. Man, Revenant is definitely a possibility for that. Revenant, Invader. Revenant and Invader. What else? Revenant, Invader, Fenrir. Those 3 are super good brawlers. Number 3 is going to be between one of those. I think that's really going to be a personal preference thing, to tell you the truth. Some people might say Shenlao, but I don't consider Shenlao a brawler. That's more of a sneak up on you assassin type of robot. The mountain guy, hello. Please don't spam the chat though. Thank you. But yeah, it's a hard decision sometimes, because there's sometimes a lot of bots that are just excellent. Another really good one, you'll be surprised, but Erebus. Erebus can be an amazing... I mean, I don't know if he's a brawler. He kind of is, but he's not. Erebus is a huge damage attack robot. Not really a brawler, but almost. Almost. I'm still looking through my robots to see if anything else in here pops up. A Mugi is another one that's an almost. A Mugi can be a really good brawler. You know, Demeter can be a really good brawler as well. If you use the Demeter correctly, it's a great brawler. There's a lot of really good ones, honestly. Phantom is a really fun brawler too. Phantom is super fun. Ravena, but a lot of people have a hard time playing it, so... yeah, there's a lot of good brawlers in the game. Ravena is not easy for most people. All right, Brandon, have a great day. We will catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. He says, I got to download War Robots on my new phone. Nice, nice. What is the best formula for making a hanger? And what I mean by that is like 2 tanks, 1 beacon runner, and 2 assassins. All right, it kind of depends on your game mode, but if you're playing beacon games, you got to remember this, right? The number 1 objective of a beacon game is to get beacons and protect beacons. So tanky brawlers are really good for protecting your beacons. So you could probably go with maybe one like support robot would be fine. I wouldn't really want to run more than one support robot for a beacon game. One's good, you know? Now, if it's a robot that can brawl and play support, that's a little bit different. But I'm mainly trying to run brawlers, maybe like one damage support. So if I'm playing Team Deathmatch, I'm going to want to run for best results. In Team Deathmatch, I'm going to want to run all long-range weapons. So something that's hard to kill that can do a lot of damage from a good distance. But I mean, a hanger like mine right now, a Fenrir, a Raptor, a Curry, a Pathfinder, and an Invader, that's a really good setup right now. Or if you'd run like a Fenrir, 2 Curries, a Invader, and a Pathfinder, that would be really good. Or you could do something like a Fenrir, Raptor, Curry, Pathfinder, and a Phantom. You know, something along the line of that are really good for beacon games. Hey, what's up, Hazy? He says, Ravana, overrated, not Indra. Depends on who you ask, I guess, but some people that really know what they're doing are awesome on the Ravana. There's a few Ravana players out there that mastered that thing, and they're excellent with it. Metal said, sorry, come on, stupid thing. YouTube. Metal says, sorry, Danny, I just realized by the catching up with you that I was blasting Pixonic in the game when you are trying to promote it. Oh, that's okay. I don't think you were really saying anything that was like nasty or mean. You were just kind of, you know, saying why you quit or whatever, but I get it. Is Thunder Mark II nice? Only if you're in the lower leagues. If you're up in the higher leagues, you're probably going to have a hard time with that, actually. Thunder is a great starter weapon, but eventually you're going to want to replace it. So Thunder, Punisher, and Punisher T's are great for people who are new to the game, but once you can get something better, by all means, put something better on there. But they're some of the best cheap weapons for new players. Metal says, keeping up with the meta is a never-ending money pit. Well, my advice at that point is play the old stuff, right? Play the old good stuff. Drop in your Fenrir, your Invader, your Phantom. Drop in your Skyros. Drop in your Erebus. There's a lot of old school robots. You can build a great hanger out of old school robots, honestly. Thing is, like, a lot of people just want the meta. I mean, sure, you're probably gonna do better if you have the meta, but I think you can still have a really good time playing those old school robots. I mean, I still play old school robots all the time. I normally have at least 2 to 3 old school robots in my hanger. Most of the time, at least. Can I make a video on every robot's strengths and weaknesses? I think we have over 100 robots, so that video would be like 10 hours long. But there's probably several robots on here that I'm not really familiar with, or I don't know if it's currently good because I haven't played it in a long time, so that would be a very hard video to make. What's my best mode? So I'm happy playing Beacon Rush or Domination, but generally I play Beacon Rush most of the time. But if I go into a free-for-all, I'm almost guaranteed to wreck everybody 90% of the time. Hazy says, don't forget Demeter and Revenant. Yeah, those are 2 really good old robots too. Those guys are great. Sergio says, Danny, are you a good man? I hope so. Hey Jedi, what's up, man? What's been going on? He says, I still got Hades in my hangar. Hades is such a cool, fun old robot. I don't play mine very often more, but when I do, I really enjoy it. Mountain Guy says, do you like the Angler? Yes, Angler is pretty good. It's not really a robot that I enjoy playing. I don't really like playing the Angler, but it's a good robot. If you're a person that enjoys playing it, I think it's still worthwhile. What setup would I give to Invader? Alright, so right now my Invader is set up with a Seeker drone just because I wanted to try that out because I see a lot of those links that go into stealth all the time. So I throw a Seeker on it. If I wasn't running the Seeker, I would run a Shy drone. I would probably run 2 blast shotguns and one of the rust weapons like a damper right now. A nuke amp, 2 repair amps, and a repair unit. That's how I would set up my Invader. When it comes to the pilot skills, I would go all for speed and durability. Sergio says, I'm struggling in the game. So this is one of those games where it takes a while to get good at the game and it takes a while to build up a hangar. So if you're not spending a bunch of money, you got to have patience in this game. But it takes a lot of practice to learn to play your robots. I mean, I've been playing the game for almost 10 years, and I'm going to say, it probably took me, I don't know, 2 or 3 years to really start getting good at the game. I mean, when I first started playing, I didn't play that much, I'd play a couple games here, a couple of games there every day, but I wasn't like playing it seriously at first. But once I started really getting into the game and playing it seriously, like I started getting better and better and better. But yeah, it takes a lot of patience and, just a lot of practice. V-Dog, I see a lot of Bahu links that are almost indestructible. Alright, so the Lynx has a really strong defense system. Once you take the defense system down, the Lynx dies really fast. But you're probably shooting Lynxes that have a defense system, then you run out of ammo, and by the time you reload it, the defense system's up again. So you got to learn how to time the abilities on the Lynx. It's really strong when it has the defense system up, but it's really squishy once they destroy your defense system. Now, if you're a Lynx and you're being shot by like a group of people, yeah, they're going to take it out really fast. Now, one-on-one, that defense system should help you out big time. So it really depends on the situation. So, Sergio, what are you struggling with? Mountain Guy says, I have one. Pasta says, what's the point of tiers if every robot that comes out is legendary? Alright, so the old robots are lower tiers, right? Eventually, some of the new robots will probably be moved down in tiers as well as newer and better stuff comes out, but I mean, if you're a brand new player, you're going to be playing like lower tier robots for the most part until you can get better stuff. But yeah, I mean, most of us that have been playing for a long time, just play the higher tier robots. So I see what you're saying about that. Andrew says, Danny, tell Pixonic to nerf the Raptor ASAP, please. Andrew, you got to get do you have any rust weapons? If you have rust weapons like the damper type of weapons, those are really good for killing those Raptors. I'm currently trying to run one of those rust machine guns on every robot I run, because if the Raptor can't heal, you can kill it really fast. If the Raptor is able to heal, you're never going to take it out. That's the thing. You got to be able to stop it from healing. But I agree. I think it's a little bit too strong. I think they probably should nerf it a little bit. So I hear what you're saying, bud. But that's the best way to get rid of it, is hit it with those rust weapons like the dampers, if you have any. Sergio is cursing for some reason. nobody can donate gold to you. People can't send you stuff in this game, so it's not possible. Man, my throat's still kind of like... I think I've been sick for like a week now. My computer broke and I've been sick, and then I had to rebuild the computer. It's been a crappy several days. My throat's still like it's kind of hoarse. We only got a few minutes left on the stream though, guys and gals. I'm glad because I'm probably gonna lose my voice if I keep talking. V-Dog says, thanks, Danny. You're welcome. Hazy says, is Ultimate Invader that weak? Not now. Like when it first came out, it felt really bad, but I think they fixed it. I think there was something wrong with it when it first came out. Now it's pretty tough. Now it feels a lot like the regular Invader, but just with more firepower, so... Alright, Steve would like to see a video of all the things on the screen. I'm going to have to see if I can find a list of all that stuff somewhere, because that would be a good video, but there's like 947 947 little like icons that pop up on the screen, so there's no way I can remember all of them. I'll have to look around and see if I can find something on that. Edward says, I love my Fangbow and my Athos Lynx. Yeah, Athos Lynx would be pretty crazy. Sergio says, I need to upgrade weapons. He only needs gold. If you can buy gold, you can get gold pretty cheap from the store these days, if you're able to spend money. But normally you can find some deals. I mean, sometimes you can get like 60,000 gold for like $3 or $6 or something. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice. I need another cough drop. Alright, let me look through here. Let's see the gold deals. I mean, I know not everybody's able to spend money, but gold's usually very affordable if you can. You can normally get some really good deals on gold. Now, if you spend a lot of money, you know, the prices are higher, because if you don't spend, they lower the prices in hopes that you'll buy stuff. So if you don't spend much, you do get cheaper prices. They're like, hey, he's not buying anything. Let's make things cheaper for this guy. There's 23,000 gold for $6. That's not as good of a deal. Different people have different deals on different days, but that's not as good as normal. Normally I can get like 60,000 gold or something, so... I miss those really cheap gold deals. I remember when I used to get like 60,000 gold for like $3. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but those were awesome back in the day. Heavy Medic, have a great day, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Gail says, thanks for the Revenant build. Works. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. I lost where I was at. Hold on. Sergio says, what do I have? I don't know. Patriot, what WR? What's up, buddy? How are you today? Unfortunately, you're coming in at the end, so... I've been sick. I'm about to lose my voice, and I'm probably going to end this thing in a minute here, so... It's getting harder to talk. Being sick sucks, man. How's life? It's going all right. I hope everything is going well for you, my friend. My throat's getting really sore. Ah, Patriot City hit 1,000 views. Nice, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Pasta says, when is there going to be a 200 super chest boost? So my understanding is it just kind of gives you something random. Like, it'll refresh and then it gives you another random deal. So I'm not really sure. Everybody gets different things, unfortunately. I don't see those as often as I used to. They used to pop up all the time. Now it seems like those happen a lot less. Edward, thanks, buddy. Patriot, yeah, see ya, man. Awesome to see you for a minute there. Pasta, catch you guys later. Dark says, do we think the ultimate invader should get another buff? I mean, it would be nice. It could definitely use it. I mean, really, it's just like an invader with more firepower, so. It doesn't really feel that different from the regular invader, other than the fact that it's got 3 mediums, so. It's really the same thing with just more weapons, right? Gail, thanks, buddy. Sergio says, hey, can you give me some gold? No, players can't just send other players stuff, so. Nobody can really send you gold. There was a long time ago where you could actually send other people resources in the game, like gold, but they got rid of that a long time ago. Sergio, thanks, buddy. That was kind of nice. I think you could only do it with people in your clan, though, if I remember correctly. Alright, I gotta stop talking before I do lose my voice, so I think that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you for support. Thanks for watching my videos and hanging out with me on the live streams. I will catch you guys later. Thank you and goodbye. Alright, see you guys.